Hey guys, Becca here from violinbybecca.com. Today I'll be showing you how to tune your violin using an electric tuner. Be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video where I'll show you a list of all my favorite tuners. So there are two different ways to tune your violin. You can either use the pegs up here on the top. I use those if your violin's like really out of tune. Say you just got your violin in the mail and it's brand new, you're going to want to use the pegs. Or if it's just a little bit out of tune, I use these guys right here, the fine tuners. In this video, we'll be focusing on how to use your fine tuners to tune. So before we start tuning, there's a couple things that you're gonna need. First, your violin, of course, a tuner. You're gonna want a lot of patience and a quiet place. If it's noisy where you're tuning, your tuner's gonna pick up extra noise and it's gonna be really hard for you to tune. I mean, you can do it, it'll just take a lot longer. First, you need to understand your tuner. Here's my tuner. It looks like this. This is the one, well, I've actually had it forever, so I haven't found one like it online. I'm sure you can find it, but the one that I'm going to recommend you use is the one I recommend for all my students, and it's a little bit newer than this one and nicer. So when you turn it on, you want to make sure that the pitch is set to, can you see that? 440. If it's not 440, then it's going to read to a different pitch and your violin's going to go out of tune. And it'll be really hard to tune. And it's not ideal. So just make sure it's set to 440 and trust me on that one. So your goal in tuning is to make, there's a line right here that's going right and left. I don't know if you can see it as I'm talking. It's reading my voice to be a D, I guess, or G sharp. It's funny. But you want it to go right in the middle. So if it's too far to the right, that little line, then the pitch is too high, and if it's too far to the left, the pitch is too low. You want it to line up right in the middle with the correct note name in the corner of the string that you're tuning. Now that you know how to read your tuner, a few musical lingo things that you need to know are, if your tuner, that little line is going too far to the left, we talked about how that means the pitch is too low. That's called flat. And if the line is too far to the right, that means that the pitch is sharp, or it's that hashtag symbol. Anyways, now that you understand how to use your tuner and some crazy musical lingo, you're ready to tune your violin.
Now, as you can see in this clip, to tune my violin, I'm putting it in my lap with my left hand plucking the string and my right hand is adjusting the fine tuners. I find this way to be easiest when you're first learning how to tune. If you want a more advanced experience way, simply put the violin on your shoulder, taking your left hand around to adjust the fine tuners, so around and underneath your violin, and your right hand will be bowing your string that you're trying to tune. This way is awesome because you can bow that string and move the fine tuner at the same time, where otherwise, the other way, you have to pluck your string at the same time as you're turning it. I find that this other way, the first way, is easier for beginners to learn how to tune, and then we transition into putting the violin on our shoulder.
So here's an example of tuning. Since I'm trying to get both in the same picture, it's a little hard for me to pluck and turn at the same time. But as you can see, as I'm plucking that A string, the line is going too far to the right. That means it is too sharp. So I'm turning the fine tuner the way I want that line to go, which would be to the left, so that it would be right in tune, and it looks like as I keep turning it to the left, there it is, it's in tune. And just one more up-close view reminder, think of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey when using your fine tuners. So if I turn it to the left, loosey, that makes the pitch more flat, and if I turn it to the right, that makes the pitch more sharp. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Pro tip, I always tune my violin starting with the A string and then go D, G, and then the E string. This is because I grew up playing in orchestras and they always start by giving you an A. So since you're tuning on your own, you can do whichever string you want first. If you want to use the pegs for tuning, the principle is the same as the fine tuners. However, you want to make sure that you're pushing in as you're turning, otherwise the peg could get loose and slip out of tune and then it's harder to tune. So just be sure that you're pushing in as you turn. Same thing, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. We'll cover it in another video. So just to recap, now you know how to read your tuner, you understand the musical lingo, sharp, flat, natural, and you know how to tune your violin. You're all set. Now, I know that tuning your violin can be scary. I remember when I was first learning the violin and trying to tune it for the first time, and I was so scared. I remember I only wanted my teacher to tune it for me because I was worried my strings would break or something like that. And on the off chance something does happen, just contact your local music store and they'll help you out. Now you know how to tune your violin using an electric tuner, but do you know which tuners are the best to use? No problem. I've created a list of all my favorite tuners, the ones I recommend to my students. Just click the link below to download it. So when you download the PDF, it's going to give you 3 of my favorite tuners. The first one is a digital tuner that I love and I recommend to all my students. The second 2 are apps that are free, which is awesome, that you can just download onto your phone and get. So you'll have to let me know what you think of those. They're the ones that I found work the best. If you know of any other tuners that you think could work awesome or that you've tried, let me know. Post it in the comments below. If you liked this video, hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.